Welcome back, everyone. This is Jarenitis, bringing you PandemiCraft. Today, we are starting on episode 6. 6? I think it's 6. Gosh, I'm not sure. Is it 6 or is it 7? Oh well. I've gotten everything together now. I'm ready to run this episode, so now that I have everything set up exactly the way I want to, let's give it a try and screw it up horribly, because all the preparation just doesn't make up for my ability to derp. So, alright, last episode we had gotten things together for the Quarry Plus. Finished making the enchant mover. It also finished making the actual Quarry Plus. We took the Quarry Plus, we put it in the enchant mover, and we stole all of the enchantments off of my diamond pickaxe that if you were watching an episode, I think it was either 2 or 3, I enchanted, and I got efficiency 4, unbreaking 3, and fortune 2. I stripped those off, and then I added efficiency 1 and another fortune 1, thus making it fortune 3, unbreaking 3, efficiency 5. That's pretty much the best you can do unless you wanted silk touch instead of fortune, in which case you could, swap those two out. You can't get it off of here. You'd have to have done silk touch to begin with. I don't think there's any way to wipe that off of there. Except maybe in a disenchanter from Mind Factory Reloaded. I'm not sure if that will work or not. I'm not going to try because I'm happy with Fortune 3. So I'm getting some stuff together so we can go ahead and get this thing set out and get it running. In between episodes, I created a couple of things. Specifically, I've got more packagers because I intend to keep the cobblestone that it mines. I've got these item conduits. These item conduits are just conduit binder with pulsating iron nuggets. And of course, the pulsating iron nuggets are from pulsating iron, and pulsating iron comes from just iron and an ender pearl in the alloy smelter. So that's very simple to do. You can actually make quite a few of these very quickly and very easily. So let's see. After that, we have made a couple of the transport pipes from BuildCraft. You've seen me use these before if you've been watching me for a while. If not, they're actually very simple to create as well. 8 diamond transport pipes from 2 diamonds and a piece of glass. And then, of course, the gold transport pipe is gold and glass as well. Okay, so that takes care of that. Now, we set up the auto sorting system over here. We have it hooked to my ender chest. The other ender chest, which we keep in here, is going with us. Will be on the other end. And here we have the conduits I just showed you. I just showed you that you make them with the pulsating nuggets. So basically, you see these little arrows right here, the little green arrow? It's pointing that that is the direction that these are going. So it's pulling out of here and sending them down this way. Okay, now if you right-click on the conduit itself, it says it is extracting items, and it will be inserted into any of these 5 diamond blocks, 5 diamond block coordinates. So it's actually diamond chests, but it understands the concept. Okay, now these arrows are pointing down into the chests. That means that this is where they're going to wind up. Okay, now just placing these here, and of course you can alternate which way these are facing and remove the connection itself with the crescent hammer or the what's the Ender IO version of the wrench?
Yeta wrench.
The Yeta wrench, yes. But the crescent hammer from thermal expansion works as well. Okay. Now, once you have this set up, if you look right here, it says item conduit from Ender IO in the Wayla at the top. If you look very carefully at the actual piece itself, it says tile.blockconduitbundle.name. Okay, that's where you right-click to set up the actual pieces. Okay, it's set to extract mode. You can actually give it different colored channels, so you can say you want this going this way or you want that going that way or whichever. I have it's normally active only when you give it a redstone signal. I changed that to active without signal, so it's pulling all the time. Okay, and you can actually give it different colors and so on. Here you can put in upgrades to make things move faster, and then I'm not really certain what the hopper and paper upgrade is. I think that might be that you can specify specific items that get put through here. I'm not sure on that one. Anyway, so I've got all 3 of these. It's pulling from 3 different sides, so when the stuff goes into the ender chest, hopefully this will be enough to keep it emptied. I don't think we'll be going through stuff fast enough to really fill this up, but we'll have to see. So that takes care of the sorting side of things, and then from here I'll just put them in, automatically process them, and as you can see I have an extra couple Stirling generators because these 6 lasers that I was using to make my stuff were not getting full power because I wasn't making enough. But that's okay, because now we've got that covered. All right, so the only other thing that we have to worry about that we haven't gone over yet is the power supply for the quarry itself. Okay, it's kind of cheap, but it's an early game kind of thing, and once I get resources, I will get away from it. But we're going to use lava. I know it's cheap, but that's okay. We were going to go ahead and set up our own endothermic pump, but Donmeister, say hi, Don.
Hello.
Donmeister has volunteered his lava source. He set up an endothermic pump in the Nether, and he is actually not using any of the lava. So he has volunteered to let me use his lava, and that's pretty much what cinched it as it being a lava generation kind of thing. He volunteered, and I was like, well, if you're going to give me the lava, then I'm not going to turn it down. So anyway, so we're going to use the lava. It is your fault. You were too nice. And don't retract it now, because I've got the episode planned, and if you change your mind now, I'm going to shoot you. Out of a cannon. Into the sun.
Okay.
Alright, so anyway, to move forward, I swear to God, if you change that tank color and don't let me have access to it, I will hurt you.
I won't do that.
So anyway, we're going to go back to thermal expansion for our power generation, because when it comes to using lava to generate power, thermal expansion is pretty well the way to go. Now, thermal expansion has changed a bit, so we're going to go over a couple of the things that have changed because we're going to be using them. I'm not going to go over all of it because I'm not that crazy, and I don't know all of it to tell you because, again, not that crazy. But we'll go over a couple of things. First off, all the different machines are upgradable now. You can actually change them and make them better in various different ways. Okay. Secondly, there are new dynamos. We have the basic steam dynamo, we have the basic magmatic, and then the compression, and then the reactant. But then there's an enervation dynamo. I'm not even sure what that is. I'm going to look it up, and we may deal with it down in the future, but since I don't know what it does now, we're going to stick with what I do know about, and that's the magmatic dynamo. Okay, so we're going to make 4 magmatic dynamos, and that should be enough to power the Quarry Plus fairly efficiently. And you guys may be sitting here asking yourselves, now, he's done lost his mind. You can't power a Quarry Plus just with 4 magmatic dynamos. And the fact of the matter is, you're right, I can't. But I'm going to do it anyway. So let's go ahead and make the 4 magmatic dynamos first, and then we'll get into how we're going to do things past there. Now, I've got, there's the Invar, good. We're going to need some iron as well. And we should be able to piece these together pretty well. Magmatic dynamos. That's interesting. You can actually put the Signalum security lock on the magmatic dynamo. But that should make it so it locks it to you, but that I believe is not quite functional yet. So, interesting side note, but I don't think it actually works as of yet. So let's go ahead and make a bunch of these, because God knows we'll come back and use a bunch of these later. So 20 should be fine. Okay, so then magmatic dynamo is going to require Invar gears. And we're going to be making 4 of these, so we'll need 8 gears. Alrighty, so then we should be able to just click and boom, 4 magmatic dynamos. Now, magmatic dynamos, it creates energy through redstone flux and requires hot fluids. Hot fluids being lava, unless there's some other hot fluid that I'm not aware of, but I don't think there is. Okay, so magmatic dynamo, when we place this thing down, if we were to right click on it, we would see that it has, oh look. Huh. One of the augmented slots is already taken. That's kind of funny. Okay, so power output is 0 RF per tick because there's nothing in it. Maximum power is 80 RF per tick and it has nothing stored. Okay. Information says it generates power based on hot liquids, and its generation depends on energy demand. So it actually will turn itself down if it gets to the point where it doesn't really need it anymore. Okay, and of course you can change its ability here through the disabled, whether you want it running from redstone or non-redstone, or to ignore it altogether and run all the time. The augmentation slot, it says I have an augmentation redstone control level 1. I didn't actually make that, so I'm going to take it out of there.
Comes pre-installed.
Indeed. Now, if I take this out of here, that should make it so that it just runs based, anytime. It basically is the same thing as nullifying it. But that does bring up this interesting little tab right here. Augmentation. This is new. We've not been able to augment these things in the past. So basically, augmentation slots are places where you can upgrade the dynamos. So if we go over to the second page over here, we have several different upgrades. Here we have an integrated servo mechanism, and that automates the output. We have the integrated modular framework, and that makes the sides reconfigurable. We have the integrated redstone circuit, which we just saw, which lets you have redstone control. Let's see. Transmission coil ducting dynamo side accessibility. I'm not sure what that is, but okay. Let's see. We have the secondary gearbox. Here we go. Fuel efficiency plus 10% base fuel energy. Okay. So we want to have this because that way we get the same amount of energy for 10% less fuel. Okay. So this is going to require the transmission coil. Oh look, silver. It's like I knew we were going to be making these. Alright, so we're going to need redstone and lead to make the secondary gearbox level 1. Okay, we're also going to make the secondary gearbox level 2 for fuel linkage optimization, whatever. 35% fuel efficiency cost. Now, if you look here, it says it requires the previous levels to be installed. The highest level augment is used. Okay, so we have 4 slots, and we're going to be doing basically 4 upgrades per set of these. So we're going to need 4 of each of the upgrades we're going to be making. I just drew a blank for a second there. Alright, so let's go ahead and make some of these. Alright, we're going to need the transmission coils, lead, and redstone. And we should have that no problem. Let's see, there's the lead. And we're going to need some electrum here in just a minute, but we'll get these made first. Okay, so here we go. Secondary gearbox, fuel efficiency, level 1, go. So we're going to need 4 of these. 1 for each of the dynamos that we're making. Okay, so then we're going to go ahead and upgrade that 1 more to the second base, because that's going to give us 35% better fuel efficiency. Okay, and that's going to require electrum and more transmission coils, glowstone, and lead. And I didn't bring any glowstone because genius. That's okay, I've got it right here. Alright, so there's the crafting table. And now we're going to make 4 of these. Alright, cool. So I think we just ran out of... Okay, we still have 8 left. So good. Actually, I made the exact number. I did not actually plan that, but I made the exact number of coils that I was going to need. Ha! That's awesome. Okay, so the third level, we can actually go even third, and it's plus 85% energy. But unfortunately, that requires cryothium. And cryothium requires niter, which we don't have, and blizz powder, which we really don't have. That, and we'd have to use up 3 slots, and we don't want to do that. So instead, we're going to go ahead and use the secondary transmission coil for power output. This is going to increase the power output by 2. Now, basically, we're going to augment this with better fuel efficiency and then better output, which is going to basically negate each other. We'll get high output for, it's still going to be more fuel, but it won't be as bad. So these require copper, the transmission coils, and redstone. And I didn't grab any copper because I forgot we were going to need it. And, oh, thank God. I was like, if I don't have the copper, I'm going to get upset because I didn't actually check. All right, good. So power output, we're going to go ahead and make 4 of these. And then we're going to go ahead and make the secondary level 2 power output, which is going to be 4 times. And we're going to go ahead and make 4 of these. All right, cool. So now we have these set up so that we can actually go ahead and set this stuff up. We are pretty well good to go. So let me go ahead and get my crescent hammer out. And then we're going to go ahead and put away the rest of this stuff. And then we're going to head out to the mining area, pick a good spot, and get this set up. So let me put this stuff away, and we will head out there and find a good spot, because I haven't picked a spot out yet. But I think it won't be too hard to find one. So we'll be back in just a minute when we're out in the mining area. Alright, we've chosen a spot for our quarry to be. This is going to be... There was a little hay bale person here. Which mod adds the hay bale people? Any ideas, guys?
Witchery.
Witchery, yeah.
It is Witchery. Oh, that's ironic. So the little hay bale people, and I've got a skeleton monster spawner here. I'm sorry?
The straw man.
Straw man. Yes, the hay bale person. So cool. This is where we're going to set up because we're over water and it's unlikely to cause any kind of issues. Plus, you know, obsidian. So this is where we're going to set up. Now, the really cool part is that I walked all the way out here, picked a really good spot, marked it on the map, and I did not bring any kind of markers for my quarry. So, yeah, we'll be back in just a minute after I go all the way back to my base and then come all the way back over here so that I can actually set this up. So, be right back again. Thank you. Alright, we're back. We swam back over here, and since I was at my base, I decided to go ahead and make a diamond dolly. Diamond dolly is from Java. Diamond dolly can do this. My skeleton spawner. Not your skeleton spawner, my skeleton spawner. Now, whenever you're holding a diamond dolly, or any kind of dolly with something in it, you are given slowness and mining fatigue. So I suggest you store it somewhere that is not actually on you. Because now it's gone. And I still have it. Hooray! Now, the only thing I didn't check was where the chunk boundaries were on this little island. Oh, that's beautiful. It's not perfectly centered, but it's close enough for me. So that means I can keep the power source and everything set up here without having to worry about where it's going. Excellent. All right, good. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing set up. Oh, I didn't bring an angel block. Does any of you guys have an angel block? Do we have angel blocks?
Yeah, we do. We should.
Can one of you guys?
On angel block.
Can one of you guys toss an angel block in the white, white, white?
Already there.
You are awesome. That's the only thing I forgot to grab. And I was like, no, I'm not walking back again. It's just not happening. Excellent. So yes, the white, white, white is the community ender chest color. And it lets us do stuff like that. It's one of the big advantages of playing on a server. There's people around. And then there's that huge disadvantage to playing on a server. There's people around. Alright, cool. So let's see. We're going to set up a marker. And we're going to set the marker up. You know, we'll make this corner the central point. The way I'm trying to run this is that so that I can run the quarry 3 times without having to move it at all. Okay, so I'm going to set it up so that we are running the quarry on this axis first, running that way and that way. Then, when we get done, we'll reset it and run it through this corner and that corner. And then when that one gets done, we'll reset it and run it that way and that way. Which means that I have between this blue section and this blue section inside of this chunk to set up all of the processing and the power. So that actually won't be that hard to do, considering I'm going to do this in a fairly compact way. So let me go ahead and fill in the section of area that I'm allowed to use. So that way I know exactly how big it's going to be. Because the chunk loading of the quarry will load the chunk that it's in and the chunks that are around it. So if I were to accidentally put the power source in a separate chunk than the quarry itself is sitting in, then it probably would not load the power source and therefore would not work. So I actually have to be careful how I do this, and especially if I want to run this thing multiple times. So I can't go any further that way because of the because I'm going to be cutting this section. So realistically, to do it more effectively, I would want to actually start it further out that way, but I'm not going to go that way because I don't want to. So we're going to go ahead and run out this way with my angel block, and we're going to set up the marker over here. We can go ahead and ditch the F9 for now. We're going to swim out this way, and unfortunately I don't have creative mode flight. I'm going to be getting a set of extra utilities wings at some point, and therefore we'll have creative mode flight. I just don't have it yet, so we'll have to do this the hard way. Alright, one angel block exactly placed wrong. Good enough. Alright, so we're going to place one there and there. And now we should be able to place one here and here so we can get up here. And one marker. Alright, so that takes care of that axis. So, of course, we're going to have to swim back this way. Actually, we'll just go ahead and swim over this way because that's where we're going to go next. And then we'll get this thing set up. So, by doing it over water, any lava we run into will automatically be converted into obsidian and then mined up, so lava won't be an issue. With the water here, the giant hole in the ground that I'm about to make will actually be mostly covered. Actually, realistically, since that didn't reach the shore over there, people won't even know a quarry's been run here unless they actually know ahead of time. So that might be a problem if someone decides to run and some other kind of mining system over here. If they don't know that it's there, it might not be the greatest thing for them. But I'm hoping that that won't become an issue. Oh, and I put this exactly where I can't have it. I suck at placing angel blocks, I've determined. Alright, so let's see. We're going to place a marker there. Good. And grab the angel block back. So now we have the marker in 3 sections. And we can go ahead and get back over here and get the quarry set up. Now we're going to have to make the power system, and configuring the power system is going to be the easy part. The hard part's actually going to be getting the export and compression of cobblestone. That's going to be the rough part here. So we'll get that set up here in just a second. I wanted to show you guys how I'm going to do this because, you know, it's something I've never done before. I've never automatically compressed stuff. So we're going to be doing this new. I've never done it, so, you know, special and stuff. All right, so first things first. We're going to go ahead and break this, and now we should be able to do that. Cool, we got the ring set up. Let's get out the Quarry Plus itself. And now we can go ahead and place this right there. Okay, so now they made it look different, kinda. That's interesting. All right, no big deal. So let's see. The next thing we're going to do is place the magmatic dynamos, and we're also going to place the ender tank. And of course, we're going to need some energy conduits. So we're going to go ahead and put the energy conduit here and here. And then we're going to put the ender tank. Let's see, I'm going to want to run that up over there, and this is going to be over here. So, no. That's not how I want to. Well, actually, that'd be fine. We'll put this here, and then we will put the dynamos all the way around it so that I don't need any liquid transport pipes, because this will output directly to the dynamos. So then we go ahead and put these on here, and one in the center. And then we should be able to just do that, and now we're connected. Good. So now all I have to do is turn on the, or put the tank into output mode, like right from right here, and that will start this thing up. But we don't want to start it up yet. We want to actually change this. We want to add the augments. So we're going to put, now I don't think it's going to be a problem. I don't think I have to put them in any specific slots. You know, they don't have they're not numbered. It's not like slot 1 here, slot 2 there, slot 3 here. So here we go. So now we are doing 320 RF per tick instead of the 80 RF per tick that it would be doing otherwise. So, oh, nope, can't do that. All right, so shift clicking does not do what I thought it would do. Good to know. And 4. And that changes this one to 320 RF per tick as well. Sweet. So this is going exactly as I hoped it would. Then we're going to do one here, one here, one here. And as you can see, as I'm adding these, you can actually watch over here, the RF go up. So that was double, and there's quadruple. And then, of course, the last one, I can just shift click them all because there's only one of each. Sweet. So now this is set up to go really well. So now the next part, and this is where it's going to get a little bit more tricky because running piping is always tricky. We're going to need, okay, we're done with the angel block for now. I'll put it up so I don't lose it on Indy. We're done with the energy conduit, so we don't need that for now. We actually don't need half the stuff I brought with me, but whatever. I always forget that I have stuff in my inventory. All right, so we need the golden transport pipe, the diamond transport pipe, the item conduits, the packager, and, of course, the ender chest and the trash can. All right, doesn't sound complicated at all, does it? Exactly. Okay, and so it stored the marker. That was awesome. All right, so anyway, so we're going to have the items come up from here, and we're going to have them come this way. They're going to travel through this transport pipe. Now, when they get to the first junction point, I'm going to put one diamond transport pipe. Okay, the diamond transport pipe, I'm going to then use it as a sorting pipe, because that's what diamond transport pipes are. Okay, so in the black location, we're going to put dirt, because I'm not going to store dirt. I'm just not going to. Okay, then we're going to put a golden pipe in the upper position, and that makes that the white position. And the white, dang it. And I didn't bring any cobblestone. I need the cobblestone so that I can show this thing where the rest of the stuff goes, and I didn't bring it because I'm a genius. Oh my. So anyway, we're going to make it so all the cobblestone goes up, and if I had a piece of cobblestone, I would be able to tell this thing to put it there, but I don't. And Indy fell out of the world again. You really got to stop getting in the end accidentally, man. It's quite hilarious, my son.
Cover on it or something.
I was gonna say, put like some sort of put a drawbridge. Put a drawbridge attached to a lever so that you have to actually get up that way.
I may just do that.
Oh, it doesn't sound like a bad way to go about it, does it?
No, it might actually work out quite nicely. I'll figure something out.
Alright, so I'm going to bring these items up quite a little ways here because I want to bring them up and over a little bit to make them go through the way I want them to. We're going to come down this way just a little bit. I need to make sure we come far enough away so they don't accidentally interact with the sides of the other pipes. Okay, then we're going to bring it down one, and then at that point we're going to attach 4 of the packagers. Okay, let's see if I can actually get this to work right. Oh, of course, I put it one too high. See, this is why I brought dirt. I brought dirt with me so that I could just, you know, bridge my way up there and not have to worry about this. Alright, so let's see. We're going to work my way up here now so that this will actually work correctly. And we're going to put a packager... Oh, I need to bring it down one more because otherwise it'll interact on the top edge as well. One more. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to have a packager here, 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 and on the edge there that I can't seem to reach because I didn't do that right, but that's okay. I should be able to... Nope. Should be... Ah, crap. That didn't work either. I'm not the most graceful person, okay? It's an unfortunate fact, but a fact nonetheless. Alright, now I should be able to get this part right by jumping and placing. Seriously, guys? How many times do I possibly get it wrong? Don't answer that, you guys. I don't... Yeah. Anyway. Alright, so now, those packagers there will get the cobblestone. Once they get the cobblestone, it will compress it into single compressed cobblestone. Okay, then I'm going to use the item conduits, and I'm going to item conduit the compressed cobblestone out of there, because they always come out the bottom. And we're going to then bring it down one more. And we're going to put another of the packagers here. And this packager will package it from single compressed to double compressed. And then once that one's done, we'll bring it out from there. And we will put it into another packager. And then that packager will make it into triple compressed. And then we're going to have to go underwater just a little bit for this one. I didn't actually intend it, but I didn't go up high enough. So then we're going to put this one here. We're going to bring it out of that one. And we're going to bring it over here. And it's going to go up into one more packager. And then that packager is going to make it into quadruple compressed cobblestone. And that should be all we have to do. So after that, it needs to come back out of the quadruple compressed. And yes, this is rather complicated. I could have done this in a better way, but I didn't do it. So let's see. We're going to bring this up here and hopefully not drown while I'm setting this up. Not drown. Let me out. Thank you. So we should be able to click that so it doesn't connect. Excellent. And now, well, we can't pass that point. Don't mind me. I'll get it right eventually now that I'm swimming around the island looking for my way out of the water. Am I really going to go around the entire island? Yes, I am. Alright, so anyway, now that we got that part taken care of, the quadruple compressed cobblestone will come out of there, and then it will come this way. And it will process over to here, where it will then go into the ender chest, which is the sorting system. So we should be able to put this here. And then connect this with one more piece like that. Like that. Thank you. It's like, nope, sorry. Not attaching. Alright, so all these arrows are pointed the wrong way, of course, because, you know, why would they point the right way? That would be ridiculous. So I'll have to go through all of this and change all of these arrows. And I, of course, will have to configure all of these so that they will activate... Oh, crap, that didn't work. We have to configure all of these so that they are active all the time. So I'm going to do that real quick, and we'll be right back to see this thing run for a few minutes and make sure that things actually function. Alright, I think I've got this all configured correctly. We're going to flip this lever right here, and that should light up everyone, and that should put the power in. Oh yeah, wow, look at that sucker go. It is making the... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I put one of my packagers too close. The ring of the thing just cut off the item duct from my packager. Well, maybe it'll run with 3 packages and it'll be alright. I'll have to find out. Wow, this sucker is booking. Okay, what are we getting? Holy snot, stuff's flying everywhere. Okay, yeah, dirt. Okay, apparently there is sand at the bottom of this, but there's a lot of flint as well. Salt, tons of salt. Oh, wow, I didn't think about salt. Mechanism salt is at the bottom of these as well. Alright, cool, so we're running for now. I probably... Oh, wait. My base is chunk loaded. The ender chest is emptying itself. I don't know what else to say. My base is somehow chunk loaded. I don't have a chunk loader, but it's chunk loaded. Unless one of you is at my base. No, you're not at my base. So I don't know what's going on here. Apparently my base is chunk loaded. Oh, there goes cobblestone. Cobblestone is getting put up in there. It is being compressed and stuffed out into here. Excellent. Here in just another couple of cobblestone, we'll have enough. Oh, yep, it just got sent down to here. So cool, we're already getting double compressed cobblestone. Double goes over here. Whoa, wait a minute. Compressed cobblestone, double compressed cobblestone. This should be triple compressed. Yeah, it puts out triple, and then this one puts out quadruple. Got it. Okay, so yes, this actually seems to be working, and then holy crap, you guys should see how fast stuff is flying here. Oh my gosh. Alright, so I'm going to have to go back to my base and fix this, because my base is going to be overwhelmed with the stuff that I'm keeping, because there's going to be way more of it than I expected. I'm not sure 3 packages is going to be able to hold this. I'm really not sure. Well, we'll find out. So until next time, this is Jeronitis signing off on episode, whatever episode this is, I don't remember anymore. And like me if you like me, subscribe if you want to see what craziness I get into next, and of course, help spread the gaming.